I'm Suhas Dwarkanath, a coffee connoisseur, trainer, and brewer. I have worked hard to bring coffee culture to India and train the next generation of coffee professionals. And I'm taking a trip with Hyundai to rediscover some of the places that are close to my heart and my journey as a coffee brewer. I'm taking you on a journey right from bean to cup. We're on our way to Chikmanglur, a place that's truly close to my heart.
Chikmanglur is the birthplace of coffee in India. The Sufi saint Baba Budan, when he went for the pilgrimage to the Middle East, he brought back with him 7 special beans that he planted here in Chikmanglur. That gave origin to coffee in India. So I'm headed to the city in search of that perfect cup of coffee.
Baba Budangiri is one of the highest mountain ranges in the country where coffee is grown. Because of the climate here, coffee beans take longer to ripen and spend more time getting nutrients from the tree before they are picked. This makes the coffee from this region taste more complex and flavorful, along with bright and acidic undertones. When you're traveling through this part of the country, you really feel the weight of history. And there's a certain mythical quality to the landscape. Coffee has been grown here for over 300 years, and you can trace the origins of each and every bean from India to these ancient hills. For me, coming back here feels absolutely surreal.
When I used to study coffee, I used to travel to Chikmanglur so often, traveling around in these coffee plantations, staying in these different coffee plantations, driving around up these hills. This brings back so much of nostalgia and a rush of memories. It's so thrilling. We are here to meet 2 young coffee planters who have been using state-of-the-art post-harvest processing methods to process their coffee, and then also some cutting-edge technology they're using to grow the coffee trees as well. Hey Ishwar, what according to you are the 3 most important things in growing a coffee tree to make that perfect cup of coffee?
So it takes a lot to grow great coffee. But if I were to say the 3 most important things, first would be to choose the right varietals for the right geographic condition.
Okay.
Second would be to maintain the structural and nutritional value of the soil. And third would be to maintain good shade.
So, I mean, that's your part of it. So, coming to Sharan's part where after the tree is grown, how do I pick that cherry to make that perfect cup of coffee?
So picking the right cherry plays a very important role in processing. When you can see over here, these bunch of cherries go reddish maroon in color.
Okay.
After 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
And then it's the perfect time to pick it.
Yeah.
So we do selective picking. So we pick only the ripe red cherries.
Okay.
And leave the green ones to ripen and come again to pick them up.
After the perfect beans are picked, they are sent for sorting, cleaning, and pulping. And after the beans are dried, they go straight to curing works. That's where I'm headed. This is where the dried coffee beans are hulled and sorted by their density and size. And the defected beans are removed in a color sorter, which gets rid of beans that are too dark or too light. The next and most exciting stage of processing is roasting. This is where the magic happens. Coffee beans consist of complex chemical constituents like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, acids, and caffeine. These chemical compounds transform during the roasting process based on the temperature profile of the roast, producing those magical flavors and aromas that we all love.
In general, roasts fall into one of 4 color categories: light, medium, medium dark, and dark. Each roast tasting bolder than the last. There are a lot of brewing methods around the world, and I'm discovering a new brewing method every day. But what I'm going to try today is a cold drip all the way from Japan. The water in the cold drip drips every 2 seconds, goes through the coffee, takes in all of the aromas and the flavors that is there in the coffee, and ends up in this jar, which is this brown gold. Supposedly, the coffee is really intense. Let's see if that's true. And also, it's high on caffeine because of the time the water takes to go through the coffee. The coffee is quite intense, has a bold body, and surprisingly has a chocolatey aftertaste.
For my final cup of coffee in Chikmanglur, I'm going to a very special place.
To end this beautiful journey in Chikmanglur, I have in front of me 2 cups of coffee. It's brewed the exact same way, but 2 different coffee blends. The first one is really floral, mild, super fruity. This has in it 2 kinds of coffee, both Arabicas, one a washed Arabica and the other one a natural Arabica. The natural Arabica is giving me all of the fruity flavors, and the washed Arabica that is in this blend is giving me a lot of aroma, very floral, jasmine aromas. The second one I have, let me try it. Wow, that kicks a punch. This has in it 30% of Robusta, natural Robusta, and has the same Arabica, washed Arabica that's in this blend. This has a lot of body, very intense, and as we know, Robustas have quite the amount of caffeine. So this is for sure going to keep me up in the morning when I wake up. So this definitely is a morning cup of coffee, and this definitely is something that I would enjoy in the evenings. But today, I'm going to drink both of them.
Next, I'm driving to Wayanad, where I'm going to explore the history of the coffee trade in India. And I'm excited to continue my journey.